Hey everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Relax.Cut.Glue. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you all here with me today. So today I'm going to be playing in my Masse Glue book. This is just an ordinary composition notebook, and I added tabs with different categories, and I'm finding those items in magazines and then gluing them into my composition notebook. This is a really fun style of glue booking. You can make it as fancy or not fancy as you want. It's great for people of all ages, your elderly parents, your children, for you. It's a great glue book to take on vacation. It's just really fun. I personally love to just sit back, play in my glue book, put on a movie, and enjoy myself. This glue book is one that how do I put this? I want to say that I don't take too seriously, but I do at the same time. I'm very much more relaxed with this style of glue booking. I'm not so hard on myself. I don't worry so much about composition. I just glue the items in, and it's super fun, low pressure, and a great way to glue book, in my personal opinion. So I hope everybody had a really good weekend. I did. I didn't rest as much as I should have. I gave Xena a bath, which was a workout in itself. Oh my gosh, that girl. She's half whippet, half husky, and her hair, it just takes forever for the water to even penetrate. And then once you do get it wet and you wash her, it takes forever to dry her. Oh my goodness. I sat on the floor and blow dried that girl for so long. She was still soaking wet forever. I did get this thing that you put around their ears to help and, help with the noise and stuff. And that helped her so much. Oh my gosh. She looked hysterical though. Her head is so tiny. And then you go and put this thing around it and it makes it look even smaller. But she feels amazing now. And she is very soft, even when, it's been a little while for a bath, but she is so soft and so clean. My mom always talks about how crazy it is that her white hair stays so white. She's really hard to photograph too, because a lot of her white hair is very reflective. It has like this shine to it. So in the sun, it makes the photos look distorted. It's really weird. I don't know. Anyways, so here's my eyeball page. I love this page. This is kind of a trust the process kind of glue book as well. You kind of just have to, once it starts getting filled up, it starts looking really cool and it becomes more fun. I like to have square images in the background, and then I put my fussy cuts on top. You can do it however you want to do it. I usually try to find a big, maybe even like a full page image that goes with that theme to put down first, and then I can kind of glue over the top of it, because I don't like my composition book, the lines and stuff to show behind, like in the blank spaces and stuff. So I kind of struggled here because I have a lot of really cool fussy cut items I want to use, but I need to have some background down first. So that's why I'm putting all these down. Oh, I was thinking about this Louis Vuitton grill here. A grill is that metal piece people put on their teeth, if you don't know. Well, this is Louis Vuitton, and I was like, I wonder if the back of his teeth are red. Right? Like, if you know, you know. That's what I would do, man. If I was going to put forth all that money, paint the back of my teeth red. Some of you were like, what the hell? But if you know, you know. Louis Vuitton shoes, the bottoms of them are red, so that's why I was saying that. So what else did I do this weekend? I made applesauce. The glue crew knew all about that. I shared my photos of me making applesauce. My kids absolutely love it. I make it a lot for my parents too. When my dad was alive, my dad passed away last year from cancer, if you're new to my channel, and it's been horrific. Grief is a whole new level of craziness that I've experienced. It's been awful. But anyways, I digress. My dad, when he was going through chemo, he couldn't taste a lot of things, or things tasted funny to him, but apples was one of those things that still tasted good. So I would make him applesauce, and he loved to drink apple cider. So yeah, anyways, I made about 100 ounces of applesauce, and I gave my mom a big 24-ounce mason jar full of it. So she's a happy camper. She always likes to have applesauce when her throat hurts and stuff. So, and I don't add any sugar or anything to my applesauce. It's just naturally sweetened, and my kids are obsessed with it. And it's so good. Let me know, do you like your applesauce warm or cold? Because the warm applesauce, when it's done, tastes really good. But after it's been in the fridge overnight and it's cold, oh my gosh, it's like a whole new level of sweetness comes out. So good. So I did that. That was exhausting. I'm not going to lie. Sitting there cutting apples and peeling them forever. I prefer just to do it by hand. It's easier and faster for me, but it's also time consuming and exhausting. But it was so worth it. Everybody's happy with their applesauce. So I have a basket that I keep all my projects in. Each project has a basket. It's just easier for me. So I have my en masse book in there, and then I have a bunch of cutouts that go with this. So I just grabbed a handful and threw them up on the table so I could kind of rummage through and play. This is my black page, so I'm adding a bunch of black and white images, and then I can add fussy cut images over the top if I want. So I've been talking for about a year and a half or so about hosting a retreat, and I know I talk about it all the time. There's been a couple times where I've done a poll asking you questions about it, and it is a lot harder than I ever anticipated it to be. I finally found a place and contacted them and was so excited because they would provide meals and all that stuff. The downside is it's about 30 minutes from the airport, so that was a bummer. However, I was just going to go through with it because it's so hard to find a place. And then they contacted me and was like, we're a nonprofit, so no, you can't come here. And I mean, that was the gist. They were nicer than that. But yeah, so I'm so bummed because I finally nailed down a place and wouldn't you know it, can't go there. So I don't know what to do now. I don't know whether to do like a hotel situation where we could get like group rates and everybody could have their own room, or you could share with somebody. And then we could rent out, like we could use their conference room to glue, but then we would be on our own for food, which is kind of a pain, but we could make it work. So we could do that, or I could rent like an Airbnb and we could do that type situation. So I need to be back on the drawing board. I don't know what to do here. What would you guys do? Rent a house, and do it that way, and then we all cook our own meals. We could have people take turns on helping with the food and stuff. Or would you do like a hotel where everybody could have their own room and then rent the conference room? So I don't know. I don't know what to do yet. Because every other place I've found that's like a retreat center is too far away, or it just wouldn't work out. So, and I think it has, like, our airport is in kind of an industrial area. So there's not, the closest thing to it would be hotels, obviously, because it's by an airport. So, and there is a Michael's by our airport, and there are, like a Sherry's and Burger King and like things like that. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. I really want to do a retreat. I think it would be super fun. So I need to figure that out. I went through a lot of glue sticks doing this because I was gluing so many background images down and they're all really big. That takes a lot of glue. So I was going through glue sticks like crazy. I have a pile next to me of glue sticks that were getting too warm and goopy, so I throw them off to the side and open up a new one because, ew. So I have them there. So like I was grabbing from those because now that they're not, I don't know anyways. What am I talking about? Who cares? Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so my youngest son is 16, Jackson. And driving him to school is one of my favorite things because we just laugh so hard. And I don't know, we just have moments in the car, I'm telling you. So where I live is very windy, and it's very windy right now in particular. We're very used to it. We've lost our gutter a couple times. People in the neighborhood have all lost the shingles on their house, on their roof. It's just a thing. You hear glass breaking at night and stuff because stuff gets tipped over and whatnot. So we've lost our fence several times. Everybody does. It's just par for the course when you live next to the gorge and it's very windy. So anyways, we're driving to school this morning. It is super windy. There's this guy who is like from a company, obviously, like a landscaping company, and he's using his leaf blower on the leaves. And Jackson's like, oh, what the hell is that going to do? He's blowing them, and they're just like blowing in the wind all over the place. He's like, that is like the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life, because you. I guess I don't even need to explain. This guy is probably like, I'm getting paid to do this. These leaves are just flying everywhere. And it was so funny. I was like, Jackson, I can't remember what he said, but I like poked his side, and he's like, hey. And I'm like, ow, you almost broke my arm. And he's like, well, you violated me. I'm like, dude, I tickled your side. That is not a violation. You want to talk about violating someone? Let's talk about where you came out of, okay? That was a violation of my privacy. He's like, okay, enough said, stop. Oh, man, I love that. I'm going to miss that. You know, he's my youngest, and those car rides are going to be coming to an end. We just have a blast. He's a funny kid. He really is. He's so cute. He goes to church with my mom on Sundays, and he's just up there chatting with all the little old people, and he's like, they love me. And I'm like, I bet they do. He's like, oh, I can't remember what he said. Jackson is an old soul like me. So I can't remember what he said, something that was kind of like an old person thing to do that he does. And he's like, oh yeah, that was my end. They all love me now. He's such a sweet young man too. He just shakes hands and holds a great conversation, and it makes my mom proud. I know it does. And I know it makes my dad proud in heaven, because church was a big part of my dad's life. So I know that makes him happy. He's so cute. He was serving food to people and stuff. I'm so proud of that kid. I'm telling you. Have you made your own Masse Glue book? I know a lot of people have done them in the past. They're super popular. I can't find my first one, and it's driving me nuts. I think it would be so fun to look at, and I just cannot find it anywhere. It's tucked away. I know exactly what the tote, I think I know what the tote looks like that I added in, but now I don't know. And who knows, maybe it got stolen out of my storage unit when people broke in. That was a disaster. So rude. I just am so heartbroken over some of the things that they stole. Stinkers. This is where I was kind of struggling. I wanted to put stuff down, but I don't have backgrounds yet. So I need to just go through magazines and find some good backgrounds to put down. Even like on the cereal page, if I had a whole page of grass, I would put that down, because at least it's something in the background, and then I can glue things over the top. You know what I mean? But I like to use magazines in these because I'm using a composition notebook and I'm gluing in it. I don't want it to get too thick, because it's going to be a thick boy anyways. So I always use thin papers, not like scrapbook paper, cardstock, things of that nature. Hello, is it me you're looking for? Bacon, 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 bacon. I need to put that on. See, I was struggling. I was just going to glue it down anyways, but I don't know. I know I could keep layering different objects on top. I just really struggle with that, with having the background show. So that's just a personal thing on my end. You don't have to do this the way I do it. Definitely glue book however you want to glue book. Glue however you want to glue. Yeah, you don't have to be like everybody else. You can just do it your own way. There are no rules. Just glue. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. These terms that we use, like glue book, scrapbook, junk journal, all these different things, those are just blanket terms so that when we're talking to somebody, they understand what we're working on. You know what I mean? But make it your own. Absolutely make it your own. I have these tabs that I made. You can print off my words in my Facebook group if you're in my Facebook group. It's in the files section, which is at the top of the page. If you can't find that, there's also a search bar. You can search Happy Mail, me, en masse, and then all those posts will pop up if you're looking for something. But yeah, you can print it off and make your own en masse. You can print it off just to see the words that I used and see if you want to use some of those and maybe make up some of your own. It's kind of nice to see somebody else's list because they might have something on there that you didn't think of and you're like, oh yeah, I want to do that. Or it could get you kind of started in making your own list. So if you want to see my list or print my list and use it, it's in my Facebook group in the files. You are happy to do so. I think I have, it's like 3 pages of words, maybe 100 words, something around there, give or take. Actually, I think it's over 100. I think it's over 100 words. Because I couldn't use all of mine. I had to pick and choose, so. And you don't have to use a composition notebook. You could use a sketchbook. Those are my favorite for glue books, if I'm going to be honest. Because they, wire-bound books just make glue booking so easy because everything lays flat. And you can get as bulky as you want. So sketchbooks work great. Journals, notebooks, anything you want to use. You can get in my first glue book. I bought a book at the Dollar Tree, like a, I don't know, 8.5 by 11 hardbound book. And I just glued all my images over the top of the pages in the book. And I added tabs. I used Post-its and cut the Post-its down and used that for my tabs and wrote on them. You don't have to type out your tabs. You can write them. That's what I did with my first one. That's my only done page, my little flower page. So these I was kind of going back and forth because they're orange and I was like, do I put them on my color page or do I put them on my flower page? And then I decided, nah, I'm just going to put them on my flower page. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have put them on my color page because, well, I was going to say orange is kind of hard to find, but I don't think it is. This is such a fun glue book. I absolutely love it. Love it. So fun. Got to push that into the crack there. And that's what I choose to call it. Not a gutter, not a ditch, a crack. People literally email me after I say that. And they're like, people call that a gutter or people call that a ditch. Okay, well, this person calls it a crack. I'm coming up with my own names, making it my own. It is a crack. And you can alphabetize your letter or your words and letters and stuff as well. I didn't. I kind of like flipping through my book, but the first time I did it, I did alphabetize it. But this time I didn't, and I really like it this way. And as I work in it, I'm remembering where things are. This time I struggled a little bit because I haven't worked in it in about a week or so. So yeah. So I had 2 of those backgammon. Wait. Backgammon? Why does that sound weird to me? Am I saying it wrong? I don't remember. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I have 2 of those boards. And I'm going to put one on the front of the page and one on the back. So I was kind of struggling as to whether or not I wanted to add both of them on the same page or not. But each of my pages I'm gluing on the front and the back. This is rainbow. And this is what I'm talking about, a background piece. So this will be my background piece. And then I can put rainbow things on top of it. But it also has rainbow colors in it. So in fact, in a minute here, I do add something on top of it. I'm going to add a little bit of rainbow washi tape down the side here because I just had like a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch strip down the side. And I thought, I love adding washi tape in my glue books. I think it's so fun, super easy, inexpensive craft item to use. And it's a great way to, you know, accentuate your page or fill in little dead spots or, you know, whatever. So I use washi a lot in these types of glue books. Ooh, that looks so cute. All right, everyone, that is going to conclude today's video. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. If you wouldn't mind, please hit that like button. It's a great way to support me and my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love to see you stick around. Don't forget to drink your water, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a fabulous day, friends. Bye.